that are fundamental to our society today. These leaders made great personal sacrifices, driven by a sense of duty and patriotism that speaks to our shared commitment to Kenya's progress and unity. Their legacy is a powerful reminder of the shared history and values between the Hindu community and the Kenyan nation. Mr. President, Your Excellency, the Hindu community stands beside you, and with all Kenyans united in our shared goal of building a stronger, more inclusive Kenya. We are proud to be part of the nation's story, and we look forward to continuing our story together towards the light, towards the path towards progress and prosperity. Your Excellency, we brought the whole Hindu community to you today. Now, they have two small requests. With your permission, I want to talk. And as you can see, as a trustee, I'm under major pressure from all of them to make this request from you, sir. As in all major religions in the country have national public holidays to mark their religious days, we are requesting to consider making a Hindu Diwali day a national public holiday. Mr. Now you're stuck. Mr. Why we say that in all sincerity, we feel that being part of this culture of this country, we want to celebrate Diwali with the rest of the Kenyans. Not only within ourselves, but we feel part of this country. And we feel a Hindu public holiday would just make us feel proud to be Kenyans, and we want to celebrate with all of you. I see my chairman there smiling, so chairman, well done. Mr. Last small request. We want to build a charity hospital, and we want to build another school, and we are requesting if the government, just give me a sec, if the government, we want to buy 10 acres in Nairobi, we want to build a hospital and a school, and we want to put our Hindu Council headquarters there. This hospital will be open to all Kenyans. It will be targeting the less advantageous in our society, and will be fully funded by our community. So just a second request, Mr. that we can buy, we don't need free land, but we'll buy 10 acres at a subsidized government rate. But it's for the Kenyan public, and if you can allow us that when you have some time, sir. Finally, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate Diwali today, may we remember that the light we kindle is just not for ourselves, but for all of Kenya. Together, let us carry the light forward, illuminating a brighter future for every Kenyan. Thank you, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us, celebrating Diwali with us. May God bless you, Your Excellency, may God bless Kenya. Asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kantaria, for well spoken. Your Excellency, sir, with your permission at this point, allow me to now invite the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Wetangula, to come and in turn invite His Excellency the President. Why don't you give him a warm round of applause as he comes. Welcome, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Namaste. Order Hindus. That's what I say in Parliament. Order members, every time we want to hear each other. Your Excellency, our President, the Chairperson of the Hindu Council, my friend Dr. Kantaria, Mzee Guru, and all friends here. In my many activities as a lawyer, I have interacted with a lot of your community. From where I come in Western Kenya, we have your community that has left an indelible mark on the commercial and farming activities of the region. If you have in the communities, education, health, farming, name it. And I stand here as I invite the President to salute your community. In fact, in terms of economic growth of this country, your community is one of those that have punched way above your weight in getting Kenya to where it is, whether it's in industry, in retail trade, in many ways. So we salute you as you celebrate your New Year's Day. I have been living for a long time in Westlands, and such a day is normally characterized by a lot of blasts in the night. Sometimes you think robbers are attacking, kumbe your neighbors are celebrating, and it's good to celebrate your culture. I saw some young girls dancing, and I told Guru, I visited a city called Vishakhapatnam in India, near Bengal, and I went to a festival, and all these dances, Your Excellency, displayed here, I saw them there, dancing very gracefully and graciously. So let's, as a community, feel a sense of belonging to this country, be part of Kenya in every respect, because you have no spare country. This is where you are born, this is where you have grown up, and this is where we'll finally rest as a people. I have a friend in the UK who came from Kenya, Your Excellency, the Hindus. They are in Wembley, and they run a shop called Kenya Jewelers. They have never wanted to lose the name Kenya. And you ask them why, they say, because we are proud to be Kenyans. And that's why we are carrying the name Kenya here. With those few remarks, allow me to invite His Excellency, and be all upstanding, to come and address us on this very important occasion. Your Excellency, if you decide to give them a holiday and it comes to Parliament, I'll put the question very quickly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take our seats. Thank you very much. The chairperson of the Hindu community in Kenya, Madam Sujata Gautam Raju, my good friend Bimal Kantaria, sometimes I call him Bill, distinguished members of the Hindu community, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Namaste. Kaisai आप लोग? सब कुछ ही भगवान आपको सदा खुश रहे। Happy Diwali. Asanteni sana. It is indeed an honor to host you today as we celebrate an occasion that symbolizes the values binding us together as Kenyans. When you say we are celebrating light that drove away darkness, you are speaking to all religions in Kenya. Diwali, the Festival of Lights, marks the start of a new business year. It reminds us of the enduring power of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and hope over despair. Cardinal principles that are underpinned by our Constitution. As you all know, the first words, the first letters of our Constitution says, "We, the people of Kenya," acknowledging the supremacy of God of all creations. Those are the beginning words of our Constitution, that all of us, coming from different backgrounds, from different communities, from different religions, we all submit to the supremacy of the God of all creations, that we all believe in, that we all submit to. And this occasion of celebrating Diwali is such an occasion that we all worship God, because we believe that it is the right thing to do. And we are taught by religion that man is made so that they can submit and worship God. And a human being without religion is not different from an animal. It is religion that gives us the compass to be different and to believe in God and to have hope and to have direction. And therefore, I am very happy that today, as Bimal here says, for the first time we are celebrating this occasion of Diwali here in State House as a recognition of all of us belonging to this great nation called Kenya. And as I have said, these values transcend any single culture, the values that we all believe in. They resonate with all of us and drive our collective efforts to build a prosperous, united, and inclusive nation. I am humbled to be associated with a festival that has a history spanning 5,000 years. I feel both privileged and proud that our country is enriched with such a wealth of cultures, traditions, and religion. The Indian community in Kenya, often referred to as Kenyan Asians, consists of citizens and residents with ancestral roots largely from the Indian subcontinent. Significant Indian migration began with the establishment of the East African Protectorate in 1895. Since then, they have become an integral part of our nation, playing a key role in nation building, economic growth, in commerce, and in business. I had Bimal here say that his family came to Kenya 100 maybe years ago, and they are here to stay, they are going nowhere. Let me also tell you, our family and community came to Kenya maybe some 500 years ago from migration from Sudan. We are also here, and we are going nowhere. So we are all here. Some arrived earlier, some arrived later, but we are all one citizenry, one people, the people of Kenya. As we light these lamps, let us also renew our commitment to creating a more inclusive possible. The sacred provision of the right to worship by all Kenyans and all religions. And that there will be no interference whatsoever. There will be no limitations whatsoever to religion in our country. That realizing and responding and recognizing that the preamble of our Constitution speaks to our acknowledgement as a people, as Kenyans, of the supremacy of God of all creations, that we will protect the place of religion and we will protect the right of every Kenyan to worship God in the way they want to worship God, because we all submit to the living God. And let me also say this, that citizens, all religions, should be careful about propaganda, fake news, of limitations to religion from different quarters. I want to guarantee you and to give you my assurance, as I do every religious person in Kenya, that the government of Kenya will protect the place of worship and make sure that this country continues to abide by the Constitution and to live up to our principles as a God-fearing nation. In a country as diverse as ours, we debate, we celebrate, we express ourselves, and we commemorate what we do. But we never lose sight of how we arrived here and why. We should take pride in our diversity, our tolerance, and our achievements as a nation. You have said correctly, you make enormous contribution to the commerce, the business, the economy of our country. You also embody philanthropy. We have seen your service in lifting up those in our society who are not the vulnerable in our society. We have seen the food distribution, the many acts of charity that are associated with the Hindu community and the Asian community in Kenya, which we deeply appreciate as Kenyans. Because that is our culture, to lift each and every one of us up. And that is the philosophy behind our bottom-up economic transformation agenda, that we must live in a society that leaves nobody behind. It is the reason why, as a government, and you, in your statement, you said 3 fundamental things: that we must feed ourselves, we must educate our children, and we must make sure that there is adequate, available, accessible, affordable health care for our citizens. Those 3 fundamental things are important to us as a government. It is the reason why we have invested heavily in food production. The reason why today unga that was 230 is now below 100 shillings. Because we want to make sure that citizens at every level can afford a meal. We're not quite there, but we have substantially embarked on that journey. And it is my commitment that progressively we will invest in food production in Kenya, including in irrigation. Our aim is to expand land under irrigation by 500,000 acres by 2027 and another 500,000 acres by 2032 to make sure that we have 1,700,000 acres under irrigation so that we can feed our nation. I was particularly, challenged by your father, Ashu, of Mombasa Cement. When I was elected, he came to see me. He asked to see me, and I invited him, and we had a chat here. And he told me, Mr. President, I want to help you in Galana. I want to grow food. I see I feed many people, and he does in Mombasa. I feed many people, and I want to participate in food production. So I told him, Ashu, you're most welcome to this space. Please go ahead and participate in food production. You cannot believe what that great Kenyan did. He left my office, went to Galana, and invested, I think, between 3 and 5 billion shillings. He has built 11 dams. He has done an amazing job. So when I got to hear what he had done, and he had no papers, nobody had given him a piece of paper or a lease. He just went there and said, the president has allowed me to do food production. And he went ahead to do it. So when it was brought to my attention, and the enormous job that he had done, I saw a person with passion to change the lives of ordinary people. That he was not even patient to wait for paperwork to be done. He was in a hurry to produce food for the most needy people because he is in that space. I see what he does. So I asked my office now to look for him so that we can regularize the paperwork for him. And I even got him some people to help him to do the irrigation because, you know, he's a cement person. So food production is not his forte. So we are now organizing, and I'm looking forward to working with the family, organizing so that we can get you people who can help you with irrigation so that the great investment put in place in Galana by this great Kenyan benefits the food production capacities of our nation. That was phenomenal. That speaks to, I mean, truly patriotic citizens of our country. Let me also say that as we celebrate Diwali, and as we celebrate what brings us together, what unites us as a nation, and as we think about the future, I was particularly touched by the performance of our children, the children that performed here. You all know that children are a blessing to us as families and as a country. And we must go out of our way to do what we have to do for our children. Invest in their education, invest in their health, invest in their progress. And it is the reason why we are deploying a lot of resources to make sure that our education system is fit for purpose. In the last 2 years, we've hired 56,000 teachers, the highest in Kenya's history. We're going to hire another 20,000 teachers in January because we want to make sure that no child in Kenya is left behind as we educate our children. It is the reason why we developed a new funding model, because our children are that important. A student-centered funding model to help fund our children in our TVETs and in our universities, and to make sure that children from vulnerable families get equitable treatment and actually are treated better and are given more facilities, because we want to make sure that we equalize the fortunes of the people of Kenya. It is also the reason why we have changed the Edu Afya program that was only limited to secondary school children with insurance. We've now expanded that to include all the children, both in primary, in ECD, and all the children of Kenya. They will now be part of an insurance cover system under the UHC program. And it is the reason why we are expanding scope in many other areas to make sure that we carry our children along and we carry the future with us, because they are our future. And I am very proud of how you look after your children. We all as a society must mind about what religion can do in forming the character, getting good morals to our children so that we can avoid drug abuse, we can avoid bad character that sometimes undermine our progress as a nation. Parents, all of us, and I'm speaking to religious people, parents must take their place in making sure that we parent, we look after our children We don't go and dump them in school. We don't leave them to the vagaries of their friends. And we don't leave them to, spaces that eventually destroys our children. Because if we destroy our children, we have no future, both as a society and as a country. Finally, let me say that I'm very happy that this occasion has come to be. I have many friends. Kenya has great people from the Asian community in Kenya, and they have made significant contribution to the progress of our nation. Finally, let me tell you something I learned from the Asian community. Ordinarily in Kenya, when we go to church, we put on shoes. Nobody asks you to remove shoes. But I went to Rajasthan in 2018, I think. 2018 and 19, I think. 2018. So I went to Rajasthan. And then it was Christmas, and I was in Udaipur. And I was told there is a church in Udaipur. So I went to this church with an Indian pastor. And it was very interesting to see how custom and religion can come together. So when I arrived in this church, then I was deputy president. To go into the church, you have to remove shoes, like it is done in the Hindu religion. So we had to remove our shoes to be able to go into church, and it was humbling and amazing how I saw the community in Udaipur worship God in Hindi, and it was just something else. It's not ordinary. And I invited that, I think it was called Matthews, a pastor there, an Indian gentleman, and he came to Kenya, and we support his church. That's how diversity, diversity of religion, diversity of customs, diversity of what we all believe in. So to all of you, you must believe in your country. You must believe in Kenya. We must be proud of this country, and we must make whatever contributions that we must as a patriots, as people who believe in this great nation called Kenya. Therefore, may these lights guide us towards a future filled with hope, compassion, and unity. I wish each of you a very happy Diwali, filled with peace, prosperity, and joy. And to all those celebrating this joyous occasion, and I have heard from Bimal your request on the issue of having Diwali as a national holiday. I will undertake to subject it to the process of government. The Speaker is here. If it has to happen, it has to go all the way to Parliament. But I want to assure you that we will have made a decision by the next Diwali. To all those celebrating this joyous occasion, I extend my very warm Diwali wishes to you and to your families and to all your loved ones and to the people of Kenya. Asanteni sana, and God bless you.
And there is one more. And as we do that, may I ask the trustees that we just come here, please, because we'll take a photo after this. So the trustees, if we can all just come closer. There's one more gift. There's one more gift. Please present that to His Excellency. Just the trustees for now. Just the trustees. Renu, the artist, where are you, if you may stand? Renu, who drew that picture. Oh, there, she's right there. All right, Your Excellency, I'll request that we now take a picture. So the trustees, kindly, if you can. Let's take the picture, please. And as we do that, may I request that we have the management committee and the branch chairs to come forward, because that's the next photo. Please, let's all come to this side of the stage. The management committee and branch chairs only, who are going to represent the rest of us, to kindly come to this side, because the next picture is going to have you in it. If we can all just come this way. Is that taken? All right, please, let's occupy the stage. Let's come on stage for the next picture. Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency. I request that we all then go back to our seats as I welcome His Excellency and the trustees to kindly just go where the flags are. Your Excellency, I am told that we do have fireworks that are visible during the day. So we'll ask His Excellency to just go there. It's a 4-second show, so you'll need to have your eyes open. The trustees can join His Excellency just by the flags. While the rest of us, please, let's maintain our positions and train our eyes to that side, because that's where it's going to be happening. So we'll allow His Excellency to get there before we can do that. So those who are doing the fireworks, please hold until I give you the cue. And those who are giving us the fireworks, let's all trail our eyes that way. In 3, 2, 1. And in 4 seconds, it's a wrap. Let's now all be upstanding, please. Thank you, Your Excellency. That brings us to the end of this session. However, we do have lunch, so we'll request His Excellency to retreat briefly as we